I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna do something kind of dumb. I'm gonna try and play a tab while it's playing on my phone. So just hold This is a bad idea. Yeah, we're just gonna stick to the usual. If I really wanted to stick with the Dropkick Murphys is and do a Christmas theme, even though I don't celebrate it, I probably could have done The Season's Upon Us, because that song is a banger. Anyway, season's greetings, Bruins fans, and it's time to hug it out, because that is a 4-3 victory over the New Jersey Devils in the Bruins' last game before Christmas break. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Into Den, everybody. I am your host, 100 Bex, and this game was kind of infuriating. It's kind of a was not was definitely felt like a little bit like someone left a lump of coal in our stockings tonight. Now Mackenzie Blackwood usually is pretty good against the Bruins, but we but he comes into this game with an 892 save percentage. That is not good, not at all. In a in a league where the average for goaltending is about like not 890. When in a league where the average for goaltending is usually around 910, maybe like 912, 913 at the very lowest at the low end, and an 892 is enough to get some people sent down to the minors nowadays. I I don't know how many times Vitek Vanacek had played had started prior to this game, how many times in a row, but maybe he should have started just one more. At least if the Devils didn't want to get ran over as much as they did. But when they really ran over, not really. Anyway, puck drops, oops, and for the first like 15 minutes of the game, it is it's kind of even, but it feels like the Bruins are definitely they're losing this matchup. It definitely feels like they're playing a little bit out of position, and their guys are definitely just a little bit. They're playing a little bit sloppier defense than New Jersey. New Jersey is doing a really good job of keeping the puck in the Bruins zone, and the Bruins are doing a really bad job at clearing it. Eric Halla, for whom this is a revenge game, it's also a revenge game for Pavel Zacha, because this is the first game after July 13th that the Bruins and Devils are playing, and on July 13th there was that important 1-for-1 trade between the Bruins and the Devils, sending Eric Halla to the Devils for Pavel Zacha uh, to the Bruins. Anyway, Eric Halla, right in front of the net, goes for tripping, and the Devils kill it. The Bruins power play does not look good at all throughout that 2 minutes. And not long afterwards, Kevin McLeod gets it's just thrown right into the boards head first by Matt Grzelcyk. I am honestly a little bit surprised that this was not a 5-minute major. I know that the boarding penalty is kind of a I don't know, it doesn't really get called too much, but McLeod goes right into the boards. His head snaps back and just crumples to the ice like a house. Anyway, Grzelcyk obviously goes to the box for it for 2 minutes. It's or rather, he goes to the box for 6 seconds. It's because immediately Jack Hughes saying "Screw this Christmas stuff. It's Hanukkah. Uh, time for time for the Jew in here to make to cause a little chaos." And me, being Jewish and having made latkes earlier tonight, I applaud him for doing. I applaud him for doing so. Oh, by the way, latkes are they are the best, the best, the best time. I guess of temporal delicacy. I guess temporal cultural delicacy. I don't know how to really describe it. Anyway, Jack Hughes snipes from the top of the face-off circles off a bit of a playoff, a little bit of a face-off scrum, and New Jersey gets on the board first, so it's like 3 minutes left in the first period. So not that great of a start for the Bruins. Let's see how they handle the second. So the second period starts, and immediately, the Bruins again get off to the same kind of start that they got off to in the first period, in which the period starts, but their play doesn't, and Miles Wood takes really good advantage of this. Is going right to goal. I think is with his only sort of impediment being a Bruins defenseman, and Linus Ullmark. Linus freaking Ullmark for Vezina, folks. Linus freaking Ullmark. He completely just stonewalls him. You are not getting past me on this one, and Buster. Anyway, on the other side of the ice is a little bit later, like a minute later. Bergeron ends up off of a face-off scuffle from DeBrusque, who's at the top of who's at the blue line, and he blasts it pretty much on net, and Bergeron redirects it, ping the post and into the net to tie the game at 1. Bergeron has made an office out of the slot between the two face-off circles, and I love it. And a little bit later, Ullmark again showing why he's a Vezina candidate for in stopping another breakaway from two on a 2-on-1. The people who keep trying to fool themselves into saying that that Linus Ullmark is not a Vezina candidate have not been paying attention to the games. Anyway, off of another face-off, at least I think it's off of face-off. I forget. I had a beer or two about this time. Zacha ends up finding Pasta in the high slot. The puck hits Pasta's skate. He spins around trying to find the puck. It ricochets off of Mackenzie Blackwood's its pads and right into Ullmark's on the back of Ullmark's stick, where he just weakly taps it in. Where he just weakly taps it past Mackenzie Blackwood, and it goes right through his full to put the Bruins up 2-1. I don't even think Pasta meant to score there. I think it was just trying to I don't think Pasta meant to hit it that slowly, but I mean it still all worked. And then another case for why Ullmark is Vezina. I feel like I already said that. I got a little bit distracted and looking up who has led in the most goals, who has led in the least amount of goals. The Bruins are not only first in goals scored this season with 130 after tonight's game, but they are also first in goals allowed with just 74. They are the only team in the NHL who has not allowed more than 80 goals this season. And it's entirely possible that they may get to the end of the calendar year without letting in 80 goals. Especially if Linus Ullmark plays like he did in this game, where Ullmark makes an initial stop on a shot, the puck the puck is just inching past him, right to net. He realizes this. And he reaches back, and he stops it. He stops it right before it even touches the goal line. Amazing heads up play from Allmark. I love this. I love this man. I love this man. I love this man. Have I mentioned how much I love Linus Allmark? Anyway, Pavel Zacha makes himself useful in this game yet again. Remember when I told you that this was a revenge game for him? He pretty much serves as a decoy going up into the jaws of the defense, and as Krejci right after making a really good entry, after making a clean entry, pass it to Pastrnak. Both the defensemen have bit on the Zacha decoy, and Pasta just has the puck, and top shelves the puck, to put the Bruins up 3-1. But that's not it. But that's not the end of it. Right after, not long afterwards, the Bergeron Marchand goes behind that and just feeds Jake DeBrusk, who just chips it right over, chips it right over Mackenzie Blackwood. And at this point, everybody knows that Blackwood's getting pulled, because now it's 4-1. And right on cue, third period starts, puck drops, and who's in net? Vitek Vanacek, because the Devils realize, damn, we started the wrong guy. And here's where I say that this game was kind of a coal in the Bruins stocking. And yes, beating one of the best teams in the Metro is fantastic, but allowing this to happen, where you look, where you just kind of futz around for a bit because the refs didn't call the play dead as soon as the puck hit the netting. I mean, Jack Edwards has bitched about that constantly in the past, but he realizes that now it's like they just want their Christmas vacation to come soon too. Anyway, Devils player shoots. Tomas Tatar gets the rebound, nails it for the to cut the lead to 2. And then less than 3 minutes later, Igor Sharangovich just camps out in front of the net in the slot, and also gets a rebound to cut the lead to 1. If you're a good team, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. I know that some of it has to be on Allmark, but at the same time, the defense, come on. I don't know. Maybe it's not just that the Bruins play better in front of Allmark. Maybe it's just that the defense is just kind of a little bit overrated. I don't want to say it's completely overrated, but sometimes when they need to come up in the clutch, they don't. And this was definitely a time where they needed to come up in the clutch. Anyway, the Devils pull. Vitek Vanacek. Neither team ends up scoring. That's the end of the. And I really got nothing else. It's the end of the what was it? It's the end of the freaking. It's the end of the year before Christmas. So just have fun, and thank you all so much for watching. I've started to realize that I think that I've been doing these outros backwards. So I think down there is the like button, and right there is my channel. Right up there is my most recent video, and down there that hasn't changed. Down there is my down there is my twitch.tv channel. Well, I might be streaming during the weekend. And also the link to Tampa Bay Thrive. So let's make some kids happy this year by donating to a charity that helps kids who with mental health issues, and with with body image issues. Bruins play again on the 27th. I will see you guys then. Take care.